you something.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this,
You forgot to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky?
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever, whenever, however you all are. Welcome to Toxic Tuesday. It is Ferris Bueller's day off on episode 162. So does that mean we're taking a day off too? I mean, you be the decider of that. I think we're taking a day off too with Ferris. I mean, how could we not? I mean, Ferris Bueller, you're my hero. I mean, it's just straight up, man. We're doing that. We're taking a day off. We're gonna we're down back a little bit on the crazy mayhem for a few weeks, and we're having a little fun, a little comedy of sorts. And you got tonight, and we got next week as well. It's gonna be like another comedy of sorts, which we'll tell you at the end of the show. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be diabolical. It's gonna be huge. Okay, let's acknowledge those faces. I see Darth Viewer, John Edgar. What's up, John Edgar? Nick the Great, Brian Barr, Jonathan Conway, Father Miller. What's up, Father? How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you, man. Paul Listro. How you doing, sir? Dave C. 11 Alpha. We got 2 super chats right off the bat, kicking off the show. And 20 of you in this chat already. Tyrannus Cygnus, what's up? And then we got also on Rumble, His Excellency Donald Trump. Thank you, 47, for being here, sir. I do appreciate it. Thank you. But we got these 2 super chats, which I'm going to acknowledge right off the bat, because we got Nick the Greek for $1.99 says, I bet you never smelled a real school bus before. I see what you did there. We got Dustin, my buddy. Dustin, cute simple. This movie makes me want to catch a Cubs game and grab some Chicago deep dish. Well, I'll go to a Sox game with you, and we'll go get a Chicago tavern. But thank you anyways, Dustin. I see what you're trying to do there. You're trying to spite me with this. You're trying. You ain't going to have me, because as far as I'm concerned, there's only one real baseball team in Chicago. The other thing up north is a tourist attraction that happens to have a really good hot dog joint by it. But thank you for the $5 anyway, even though you're on the panel, sir. Let's say bring in some of these dudes here. Straight from the back door, we got Gerry.
Yeah, I'm here, man. It's what I do. I'm so pleased about tonight. I'm going to put on my reading glasses on tonight.
Oh,
my intellectual glasses.
So you want to see what's coming into the back door? All these times
Actually,
you've been kind
I
of going
see
in
better with
blind.
these.
You've been going
We
in
go back to
blind, but
these.
now you want to know what comes in.
Oh, now I can see. Oh, you're wearing sunglasses.
Where's your scar, Harry Potter?
Look at all that gray hair, man. I look like an old lady.
You kind of look like a lesbian.
Yeah, the bearded lesbian.
Yeah. You do.
By the way, I was talking to I think it was either Andy Morrow or Tim, and because they're usually in the chat. I don't know if they're here tonight, but I told a joke I haven't told in a long time. It says, what do you call it when you have your tonsils out? Go ahead. What's it called?
I don't fucking
Dustin,
know.
you know? It's called a tonsillectomy. What do you call it when you have your appendix out?
An appendectomy.
Appendectomy. And what do you call it when a girl wants to become a boy surgically? It's called an addictomy.
Oh, wow. Woo.
I bet you Brian's like, that was stupid.
That's what the
You heard
sheep
that
has for
straight
him.
from the bearded lesbo. That's it. That's your name for the night. The bearded
Bearded lesbian. Here, let me change my name. I forget where to do that on here.
From
I'm
Gabe
sure
and
we got-
Gerry to the bearded
we probably already got the monetized feds, whatever. If we did, whatever. Who cares?
You'll get tips tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Just the tips.
Which, by the way, I posted on the goals list because I'm like, you know what? I'm a capitalist, and you know what? I may as well make a capitalist move. So, and of course, this is not obligatory like always, but just so people know, I know there's the Vegas meet coming in April. And I'd like to be able to go, but if I'm going to be able to go, I'm going to need a little help this time around because I have a lot I got to do this year with my life that involves real life grown up seriousness. So if I can meet a certain goal, I can, let's just say, pay for the other half and then pull off doing the Vegas meetup. So that is my goal. My goals would probably ultimately over the course of a month. If I could get 400 this month, I will straight up go to Vegas. So
Do it.
we'll see. If I can get 400 super chats this month, I will go to Vegas. So I put that there as kind of like a goal thing. So if you want,
you need to put that on your name tag there.
Yes, that
Vegas
would be great.
Bound. Put Vegas Bound on there.
Oh yeah, I should put that in my name. I'm filled with Vegas.
What happens to Nick in Vegas stays in Vegas.
No, he'll tell us. He's not secretive.
Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty open with you guys about my feelings. What's up, Jeremy? How you doing, dude? I see Deba as well. Cavatino. Deba's like, I can't stand this movie. Hey, it's okay. We, as I say on here a lot, we can't all be perfect.
Yeah,
But
we can't all be Brian.
We can't. Oh, yeah, that's right. We can't be that 70s rock fan. What's up, Saltzil? So, Dustin, how are you, sir? I was listening to your show for about 20 minutes today.
No, yeah. I mean, I guess depending on what part of that stream you were watching, completely different parts of the stream. But yeah, I'm not doing too bad, all things considered. Trying to be here to get some laughs in. Yeah.
Did you get your BBC in right before the show?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Good. Hey, I gotta make sure I gotta look out for you
That shit was funny.
When I saw you were getting some coffee, but it better be a BBC, otherwise, what's the point? Oh, you covered it in red, so that's a BBC covered in red. That's a nice Buc-ee's.
A little bit of beaver for you too there.
Buc-ee's.
That's that's actually impressive. It's very rare do you get both in one package, but no, Dustin's one of the rare human beings that pulled it off. Yes, his beard is imperial. I mean, you can't deny the beard, man. It's incredible. And then there's
It looks like my pubes, to be honest.
If it isn't Mark D with a giant C.
Oh my God! Now I got to follow that. Oh Jesus, God! Go
Mark
to
C with
confession
the
right on
giant
Sunday. Well, anywho, hey, hello everyone. Great to see you. I'm old enough that I saw this movie in high school. I did not ditch to see this movie, but one of the most fun things was everyone being really confused by the end of the movie. But I am really under the weather today. But I'm much sicker than Ferris really was. But I'm only here because I'm
but you do have a keyboard to play the vomiting.
So you're actually sick. Unlike
I'm
Ferris
actually
Bueller.
sick.
You're actually wow. That times out well.
I can't miss this show tonight. I can't miss.
You
being
need the sound effects, Mark, for vomiting and coughing.
Well, I had to do the slideshow, but I'm always happy to be underneath you, Gary. So this is
Well,
going to be fun. But yeah,
That's great
let's
because I'm
we
a
got to sell
power
a lot of
top.
these tonight. We got to sell a lot of these tonight, right? I didn't want to say Ferris.
Say Ferris.
Save Ferris.
Say Ferris coaster.
They're a good band. I like Save Ferris, the band,
You
too.
like Say
I like
Ferris?
that.
Yeah.
Did you print that or did you buy that?
I printed that. Yep, printed it today. Yep.
That's nice.
So I've been having fun with the new 3D printer. But yeah, this is one of the all-time. D-Bud, I respect your opinion, but
You need
I
that.
think-
You need a vote for Pedro.
I just disagree with him. This is one of my all-time favorite movies, especially seeing in the movie theater as a kid in high school. I was the target audience. So
D-Bud may be the hardest working wrench in our community, but he's also full of shit like a Christmas goose.
So what you're saying, he's a tool. I'm just kidding.
He's a tool.
ouch.
But
No, I'm
We
just-
love you, D-Bud.
He's gonna hit you with repulsor rays.
But the thing is,
We do
Gary
love
looks
you,
like a
man.
bearded
He loves you,
lesbian.
man.
Mark, do
He
you
gives so
agree
much
that
help
he
to
looks
all of
like
us.
a bearded lesbian?
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
beard-
he could. Yeah.
I'm
He's just a
gonna
lesbian
put
that let
bearded
himself
lesbian.
go.
Yeah, I'm a. Let me put that on there. That'd be funny, bearded.
You can wash that right off your face with some Nair.
What the fuck?
Just lather it up. 70s.
I think I would have beaten Trump.
You're a lying dog faced pony soldier.
It's like winning.
I'm very disappointed that Gary spoiled my joke because I was going to say his favorite operation was a strapodectomy, but he beat me. And
Yeah, my nickname in high school is Peg.
and-
Well, I mean,
yeah, and that-
the whole thing, like, throwing a hot dog down a hallway. He's the originator of that.
So Cavatino in the chat is asking how many members of the panel have been inside a Ferrari. Well, I know that Gary might not have been in a Ferrari, but he's been in a few Italians in his time.
Fix
I
it
didn't
again,
say men
Tony.
or women. I didn't say men or women.
I need some Italian in me tonight.
I didn't say men
You
or
want some
women.
sausage? You need to be with the Sausage King tonight.
Yeah, man.
Of
there's some
Chicago.
hard sausage in me.
All right. By
Ready
the
for
way,
the slideshow?
chat, we're also go ahead get it up. We are also dual streaming on Rumble. As per usual, around hour 15, hour 20 in the show, we'll transition over to Rumble exclusively, and that's where we'll play actual video clips and be able to laugh at a lot of the actual comedy from the movie there, and of course get even more wild and gayer with our homoeroticism on the show there. Because at Rumble, that's where we really let it all hang out, like the way Mad Mardigan did in this shop here.
And I'd just like to point out this is very screen accurate. Now, this was what you had to do to get prawn back in the day. So you had to go and paint
to draw it.
You had to draw it, and that is actually an IBM 5150, the first PC. Of course, they took the logo off, but yeah, that's one of the the original with the function keys on the left, that's the way.
All right. Okay. Does any of you guys know what date this movie is set? Allegedly.
date.
The
What was
date.
it, 1986?
Not a particular
July
the movie
86.
The movie, if you get down to the game they were watching, the game they went to,
Oh,
the stuff
okay.
that happened, it was June 5th, 1985.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought it was
But
July of
There's a
86.
discrepancy with that, though.
What is that?
Well, because he wouldn't have been in school anymore.
Yeah,
in
it's
June
summer.
5th.
No,
He's a-
here's why.
he's a-
No,
he's-
here's why he would be. Here's why he would
He's a
be.
senior.
Chicago, you would be.
In Chicago, thank you, Mark. In
Yeah.
Chicago, you would be, because a lot of the Chicago public schools, they start their school years a bit later than a lot of the suburbs districts. So a lot of these suburbs districts, they get out before Memorial Day, whereas the Chicago stuff, they go for a week or sometimes 2 weeks, depending on situations,
Well,
after. So this
there's also,
actually
a
does
thing
line up.
the principal says in the movie. He goes, he's trying to skate through this entire month.
Well, we went to school. We got out of school June 20th in the Northeast, so Chicago's probably the same.
Another reason to not
We
live
had
there.
one kid that moved south, and he went to Georgia, so we got out of school on like the end of June, and then school started up like July 15th or something.
Holy shit.
He's like
Ours in Virginia, ours ended in May, the end of May.
Holy shit.
I don't
we
believe
get like
anybody in
every
Chi-
holiday.
I
under the
don't
sun.
believe anyone in Chicago ever went to school. I mean, that's total fantasy. Unless it was for target practice, I don't know.
Oh, well, I can
total
confirm
fantasy.
it's still the same way to this very day. Holy crud! Like I could say, like as someone who's been to public schools in both areas. I mean, yeah, I know there's especially nowadays, it seems like the stigma around public school is greater, but I can verify there is a significant difference in the burbs versus the city. The burbs has their issues, no doubt about it, but the city is sewage. It is seriously like it is the innards of Gary's bunghole after not showering for 3 months.
Mm.
Whereas at least with now the burbs would be if Gary took a shower that day. That's all. But
yeah,
man,
but there's a definite like us versus them when it comes to the burb kids versus the city kids, and
and then there's that. Yeah, there is that too as well. There is a major us versus them to that. You're absolutely right. Oh God, yeah. There's some really unusual petty rivalries there. All right, my guy, Canadian Spider-Man. Let's go, Canadian Spider-Man.
Oh, good. You can see us without tariffs. Good. Oh, Nick, if you want to upload the overlay, I put it in. It's the first thing in the private chat. It won't let me. It says I have to pay to upload an overlay. Damn you.
My with pithy comments will be 25% wittier tonight. Okay.
25%.
Don't cross that border.
I was over the border. You sent me back. I was the first to get deported.
I saw what you're doing to those sheep.
Oh,
good. That makes it all the more exciting. Hope you filmed it too.
We were watching Northern Exposure the other day, and there was like a sheep herder in town. He had a bunch of sheep, and I was like, hey babe, what do you think 70s calls that? She goes, well, she's like, who's 70s? But I was like, a brothel.
That's right, yeah.
Oh god. This is really dirty.
That's a good one. I know it a lot.
This is such a great start to the movie, though. I mean, it's just like right in. You love the characters, like you're into the characters instantly, right? So great stuff.
The fact that he's playing off the idea that hey, look, people like me so much that I can get them so invested in me getting sick, and because his parents love him, they can just buy it right at the bat. And she's so onto his bullshit, and she's like, "You motherfucker! How
she's a
dare
hater.
you do this? Oh God, yeah."
Until Charlie Sheen sets her straight.
Yeah,
with
until the
Sheen
blood. Machine pre-AIDS sets her straight.
She was so much prettier pre-nose job too. Like when she got the nose job, she just blended in with everybody else.
Well, she was still pretty, but you didn't recognize her. You didn't know who she was. Yeah. She kind of regrets it now too. She was saying, but her parents actually really pressured her to have nose jobs, and her parents were both entertainers, of course. And Joel Grey, famous on Broadway, and he had a nose job. So I was reading an article.
He once played an Asian man.
Yeah. But the parents kept pushing, especially the mom, which is kind of sad too. Kept pushing her. You really need a nose job if you're going to work in Hollywood. And she said, once I had the nose job, I disappeared. No one recognized me anymore.
Yeah, nobody hired her anymore.
Yeah. So what movie did I just watch she was in? And the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm like, she doesn't look like that's not her, right?
No. We love
Simple Minds. Check out the posters.
Of course, Ferris does a whole like really cheesy acting like a kiddie thing about my parents love me. Yeah, I was like, wow, he really went above and beyond this whole.
Here's the question for you, Nick. How many John Hughes movies have we done on this channel?
I think only a few of them. Actually, I think only
I can't remember. I was asking because I don't remember.
Have we done Uncle Buck?
No, we have not done Uncle Buck. We have definitely not done. We had done Planes, Trains.
Well, we've done Planes, Trains. We did Planes, Trains.
Yeah, we did, and that was recently. We still haven't done Weird Science and the Breakfast Club, which I want to do them both. And don't
Did you do Breakfast Club?
No, we have not yet. We have not.
Got to do that one too. That's a great one.
My favorite John Hughes movie is Some Kind of Wonderful.
That's a classic.
We did do well, even though he's considered. I know he wrote about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We did do that.
Yeah.
So that was what, 2 Christmases ago, I think. My memory's scramby.
Your memories
Rocking
are
Keto
scramby?
Amy. We need to do great outdoors. We just
Welcome,
watched.
Amy.
Oh, is she from your side of the pond? Welcome to
Yeah.
the show. Embrace the madness that is Toxic Tuesday. If you don't last, I apologize in advance, but we're here for a really retardedly great time here. That's what the show's about.
Anything other than watch this stream right now. I mean,
Oh yeah, no. Basically, the stream is an endurance test, really. I mean,
because Ferris here is like, how could you expect me to go to school on a day like today?
But he's right. This is the
All
whole
right.
point. He's right.
yeah. I mean,
Check out the
it's
setup.
Chicago before Chirac. The streets are cleaner. It looks nice out. All the sightseeing areas look actually awesome. And also the parts that they go to Chicago are really cool. So it's like the perfect time to want to actually go to Chicago.
Did they get paid by Chicago to promote Chicago like as much as they
I
did?
don't know, but man, this movie was a walking advertisement for Chicago because obviously you get Wrigley Field, you get the downtown area. You could have swore, yeah. This movie really it makes you feel like you're right there living like within the Midwest. They
were even able to use Star Wars music too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude, that made me so happy as a kid when I saw that. I was like, no way, they're using Star Wars music for this. I love that.
But I love how he breaks the fourth wall. Like, this is kind of in the movie that breaks the fourth wall the most. I'm just guessing. Not that I'm a cinema expert,
Deadpool.
but I mean, like, right? Yeah, outside of Deadpool probably, but yeah, he's always talking to the camera right away. And in the movie theater, you're just laughing, going crazy. And it's like, what the hell is he doing? He's actually talking to us, And this crazy, he's telling you going through the list there. It's classic, like how to fool your parents. Who here hasn't like put the thermometer on the freaking radiator or tried to do something to get a fever? It's like
my mom didn't fall for that shit.
No, my
fever is under
water.
My parents
I ran
never
mine
fell
under
for
the
that.
water.
I thought you put yours up your ass.
That's where you're supposed to put it, isn't it?
I once lost one up my ass. That's true.
Oh,
There's probably more than one up there, Gary.
Oh, so you never found it? So it just stayed stuck up there?
Somehow they got one of those ones. It's like the infrared ones. You just like scan it from a distance. That's up there for something like that. And there's like that's where Jimmy Hoffa is in Gary's ass.
Well, they kept asking me for weeks, why are you beeping?
That reminds me, was it Steve-O in Jackass? I think the movie 2, where they found a Hot Wheels toy car up his ass, and they did an X-ray. You could see the toy car in his ass. I was like, oh. Nowadays, man, that just screams Gerry. I don't see how that could be any other man nowadays. I feel like you have filled Steve-O's mantle and hole doing his work now. I just
Ferris has a good message here about isms, right? Right away it gets them.
Yeah.
I don't like any isms, right? Yeah.
Oh, and of course the Beatles didn't have their music in a lot of movies ever, but Twist and Shout is in this. That was quite unusual at the time, is they did not allow their stuff to be in a lot of movies up to that point in the Beatles. So.
Wasn't Paul McCartney or one of them not happy that their music was included in this movie? I heard something about one of them not being pleased of the use of it.
Maybe. Don't know about that. I don't know about that one specifically. It would have been McCartney. It certainly wouldn't have been John Lennon. He didn't care.
Want the money?
He didn't care by this time.
We all know
why.
It may have been Paul McCartney, but the thing is, it's Twist and Shout, so they didn't write it. So maybe that's how it managed to make its way in, because that was very unusual to have a Beatles track in a movie.
Oh, I got to send you this clip. I have this clip. I got to send you.
When did this movie come out?
85.
86.
86.
was
Okay, so by this time, Michael Jackson already owned the Beatles catalog, so there was nothing the Beatles could do about it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but
Unless they own the publishing.
you still didn't find a lot of their stuff in movies.
Yeah, because he bought the Beatles. He bought the Beatles publishing rights August 14th, 1985, for $47.5 million.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're probably pissing
Good
all
deal.
off something rotten.
And he's like, "Can't I just have Imagine?" But I just stopped it here with this line here. This is like my best friend's
boyfriend's brother's girlfriend.
Heard from this guy who knows this kid who's going with a girl who saw Ferris pass out 31 flavors. Oh, look, 31 flavors!
31 flavors. See, there we go.
You got one more flavor than that, dude.
Yeah.
I bet I know what it is. It's wiener.
How did she memorize that line? God,
I
can't
know,
remember how many times she messed it up. But I got to confess too, I was in the movie theater. I was taking AP history at the time. So when Ben Stein's asking the questions, I was yelling. I yelled out the answer. I yelled out "Holly Smoot Tariff." I knew the answer. Everyone's like, "Shut up!" I fucking knew the answer. I'm like, "You nerd, you geek."
Shut up, nerd.
And you haven't changed at all, Mr. Mark D with the giant
I haven't
C.
changed. I have not. Yep.
You and your giant C. Just taking up space, shouting about your nerd stats.
Well, that's from
Yes,
Sharper
P-Bud,
Image. Actually,
yes.
that's some Sharper Image was really popular in the 80s. So.
Oh, it's dude. I remember the first time I was at Sharper Image, and all I did was use the massage chair for about an hour. And I left. I mean, who wouldn't? You go in there, you use the chair, and then you leave. You couldn't afford it, but you knew you could use it. So it's just like, okay, well, I can't afford you, but I can still have my way with you. So I did.
Yep.
It was a freebie.
I don't think it was Christy Swanson.
Like tricking a girl at a truck stop?
Well, yeah, with the massage chair.
I was like, I can't afford you, but I'll still have my way with you?
Yeah.
Or you've got over on Gerry.
To buy a massage chair, but I still had my way with it. Still getting the rubbies. So that's what I did. Because I can't.
By the way,
I was a kid in high school. Go ahead.
Alan Ruck was in his mid-20s, as I recall. He was the oldest member of the Kid cast.
Yes.
He wasn't sure he could pull it off.
But here's the thing. He did pull it off. He
Mm-hmm.
really he's got that face of a guy who always looks young. He's got that face.
Mm-hmm.
But also his mentality screamed teen angst. There's the living under fear of his dad, of what he might do, especially under the Ferrari stuff. There's also the trying to live under state of mind mentality of he supposedly feels better when he's sick. And then there's the voice impressions with the classic phone call her around the world. So he really he does everything to act like a kid in high school. And I feel like he even looked the part as well. It helps that he was super duper baby.
He's really tame.
And his haircut was really absurdly high school too. Like, you don't have that good of a haircut at 29 or 30. You'll have that bad of a haircut. Well, unless you're like a bum. But you
look at him, you're like, how do you look like a high schooler and an alcoholic at the same time?
He looks like an alcoholic and a drug addict.
Oh my God. Here's the guy. I wish he wasn't a perv, man.
Oh, fuck this guy.
I love this guy. It's an actor, but he is a creep.
Jeffrey Jones. Well, that's why he got several kicks to the face. It was a warning. Not just, because of breaking in, but because, you get what you fucking deserve.
Well, you actually hate Rooney even more once you know his background, which you won't repeat. But I think he was still working too. Like, people were pissed off that he was working. But going back to Alan Ruck, he's what was that show that he was on? Succession, and his dad on the show was only 10 years older than on Succession. Who was because I was looking it up because he does look pretty young. So Brian Cox, Ruck is 68 now, and Brian Cox is 78. But he looked a hell of a lot older. But
I was watching Succession. Well, maybe was that HBO?
Show. Yeah, I think it was HBO. Yep.
I think I watched the first 2 episodes of that movie, of that show.
It's good. Yeah, it's a good show. It gets a little drawn out, but it's pretty good. But and I think this movie is really about Cameron's character. I think Cameron's
I agree.
the lead in this, and Ferris Bueller is there taking him on this journey, but Cameron's the one that grows,
helping him grow up to deal with his dad.
I feel like in some ways, I feel like we're living through two characters, because obviously Ferris does a lot of his breaking the fourth wall, so he's talking to us, but we're also living this through Cameron, because Cameron is doing everything out of obligation to please Ferris, because he still values his friendship and he feels like he can't say no to him. And we're all the tag-alongs with Cameron. If anything, we're all the tag-alongs for Ferris.
Yeah,
because Ferris is a very persuasive man.
He's a righteous dude.
Straight up. However, in fair, I can show he's a truly sick boy as he freaking. Oh, hey, look! There's a little I don't know if those are what are those called, side posters. It says "for Killing Joke" up there.
Yeah. I was gonna. Let me go back. I'm uploading a video now, but yeah, I don't know what that was. Is that a band or is that?
It is a band.
Killing Joke's a band.
Industrial metal band from way back in the day. That was like pre Godflesh. Yeah.
Didn't they open for Tool on one of the tours a couple years ago?
If they did, I'm not aware. I mean, that I could see that they've been around a long time, so that's
Youth.
wild. They did.
The bass player, Youth.
He never had one lesson. It's like every line in this movie is playing the clarinet, screwing up. Never had one lesson yet.
By the way, you guys know that the mom and dad in this
tour with Killing,
right?
Yes. Hold on. Say that again, Gary.
The mom and dad in this, Cindy Pickett and what's his name? Lyman Ward that played Ferris's dad. And
oh, yeah.
They got married and were married for like 5 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't know
to each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, just not married.
He divorced his wife while he was making this movie.
He's an actor.
From a previous marriage.
I'm surprised he bothered divorcing her. He's an actor. Why did he?
Well, I'm sure he's probably already banging her.
He's probably
because they hit it off. Like really
hit it off.
You remember? All right, no one here is going to remember the show Call to Glory. No one will ever remember
I never
that.
watched Call to Glory. I knew of it.
So that was a show set in the 60s.
Was that about glory holes?
Yeah, I knew. I knew you would like that. It's set during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So Craig T. Nelson is married to Cindy Pickett, and he's a pilot, and he's a Blackbird pilot, and he goes on all these missions. Only lasted one season.
That's kind of good, though. I like.
Yeah, it was a good show. Yeah, so he was great as like the Air Force.
Craig T. Nelson's a good guy.
Yeah.
So His Excellency said on Rebel about Rooney, aka Jeffrey Jones, and he's not even the worst perv named Jeffrey. Oh, he's not even the worst perv named Jeffrey. You know, just
there's your answer for your history class.
I knew that answer, and everyone's like, "Shut up!" Like it's the Holly Smoot. Let me upload. I gotta upload these for you, Nick. But here,
just get it up. You know, I'll shoot it out as soon as you get it up.
Get the blue pill.
Yeah. Well, what pill does Mark take to shoot it out?
It helps your blood pressure lower and makes your pecker hard.
I take the pill that Underdog takes.
So as a bearded lesbian, what's it like to take those pills?
It makes my clit super big.
Well, it's easier to find then. Yeah, because that thing's really hard to find. Apparently, does it even really exist?
That explains a lot.
It's not flicking the bean, man. It's more like flicking the summer sausage.
There was no bean in Chicago yet.
Hey?
Oh,
sorry,
man.
No, there was no bean in Chicago yet.
I have no idea what year the bean came up.
I gotta look. I know I looked it up because somebody never heard of it before, and they'd been to Chicago a bunch.
Mm-hmm. Slade Wilson, what's up? Long time no see. Says I went to the same high school that Alan Ruck went to. Years later, though. Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
04 and 06.
So Nick, some of these clips are kind of long, like Gary, so might have to save them for later. But
that's fine. We'll save them for the Rumble.
I'll tell you which ones are
all in the length, not the girth.
Yep.
It's only 8 inches, but I throw it like it's a foot.
Oh,
Gary's a fruit by the foot.
oh!
It's covered in calluses, just like Gary's feet.
Like the
All right,
Flintstones.
we're having too much fun here.
Have you,
But,
have you ever heard of lotion? Was one of the most common questions.
Oh damn, that was.
I don't want to say it's got a lot of calluses, but it looks like a fucking knuckle.
Oh damn.
A couple of weeks ago, we were on our live. We were talking about moose knuckles, and I mean that's not how our lives go. But we just have to bring up moose knuckles. And there's a lady in my live, and she looks up everything we talk about, and she's like in her late 60s, and like and she'll like text me. I looked that up. Like so that was what was funny tonight talking about the BBC.
Oh man. Oh, Cavatina, I'm happy you mentioned Ms. Page because no bullshit. There are times where when I rewatch this yesterday and today, there was a few scenes where I straight up, when I saw Ferris Bueller, I thought about Paige. I was like, hold on, what? Because I realized there's a bit of a resemblance that's definitely there, especially since the Elliot stage. Not right there, but trust me, in some instances, it's most definitely there. Believe that. Oh, man. Okay.
Look at this payphone in school. That's how you used to have to make calls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the 80s. Good.
You know what? Look, those kids are involved. Not a cell phone in sight.
Yep. Shit, I hope he just died. I can't handle summer school. It's like all the asides here, like they such good character building here because like everyone loves Ferris. Like that's what that clip that the secretary says, like the dweebs, the dorks, the jocks, everyone loves Ferris, right? It gets along with everyone. So
he's a pretty agreeable guy, He's a pretty agreeable guy. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. Oh, is it serious?
But should they?
I might need a kidney transplant.
Think you'll be alive by this week? That's a girl. I think I will. Great. And then she just hangs up like it's a big game. No, you just talked about will you be alive by this weekend? Holy shit!
And did you notice he puts a floppy disk? I don't know. Gary didn't say anything, but he puts a floppy disk into that synthesizer. Big 5 1/4.
What size was it though? Was it a 5?
It was a 5 1/4. It wasn't a 3.5. It was a 5 much more pleasuring.
That's right.
So JT Kirk, who's been a member for 7 months, says, "I hear Ferris is really sick, guys. Here goes the toxicity-itis. Dude, we are definitely being the toxicity-itis. You just missed the whole fruit by the foot conversation. Trust me, it was really, really well. It was very endearing, very endearing. It was,
rear ending.
Rear endearing.
He put that big 5 1/4 disc in there. Didn't even spit on it first.
Oh!
I have that.
You guys know the creepiest thing about this show is that not our show, but the movie is that Ferris was banging her.
Are you sure?
His sister in real life at the time.
I don't blame him.
He was hitting that thing.
Hold on, Ferris Bueller of Matthew Broderick's actual.
Or you can say she was hitting that thing with him.
I thought he was with Sarah Jessica Parker.
I think that he was dating Jennifer Grey temporarily while making it. Go look it up.
That's when they had that car accident in Scotland. He was he had that horrible accident and killed someone. And
you ever see Eddie from Iron Maiden?
Killed 2 people.
The mascot of Iron Maiden, Eddie.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker kind of looks like Eddie.
I was gonna say, like, if he was banging his sister, was she stuck in the dryer? He was like, "What are you doing, step bro?"
Yeah, stuck in the dryer. I love those videos. Those are great. Yeah, But by the way,
Gray was
I think that's what
excellent. Thank you.
it's really what Alec Baldwin's been competing with, trying to kill people, because he's trying to get one more. He shot 2 people, but he only got 1 kill, and so he couldn't beat Ferris Bueller for killing 2 people.
Okay, now those roads over there, that's the walkway. I think that actually leads to the House of Blues, actually, in downtown. That's actually the walkway. Yeah, basically you can get off either from Ogilvy Transportation Center or Union Station, which I think Union can come from out of state, and then you walk for about not even 10 minutes, and you're at that amazing looking area. Which, it's a little smellier now, but at the time, man, it looked fantastic. Fantastic. The green wire does look cool when they still do the green wire, though. I'll say that. He'll keep calling me. He'll keep calling me until I come over. He'll make me feel guilty. This is ridiculous. Okay, I'll go. Shit. Oh. All right, I got to acknowledge a Rumble rant on Rumble from His Excellency Donald Trump. He says, for $1. Now, here's an interesting fact. Mia Sara, who played Sloane, was married to Sean Connery's son from 1996 to 2002. And since 2010, she's been married to Jim Henson's son. What a wonderful random fact. That is so random. So, you know what? I
like shit like that, man.
I can equal your randomizing. I like that. Yeah, I like Gerry. I like it. But I got one I could slip in there.
Slip it in hard.
The first ever live action Harley Quinn.
Yeah, on Birds of Prey, which is a show I really like.
Yeah, on the one season.
Oh, that was her.
That was her.
Dinah Meyer was Batgirl or Barbara Gordon in that. Yep. So, but that's one of the. She looks so much better with long hair. She does not look as cute with the short hair. No offense, Mia, but I don't have any hair. But
by the way, Christy Swanson is in this. She's the smart girl.
Oh, that was her.
That was her. Yeah, that was Christy Swanson.
Bro,
no, with the 31 flavors.
Yeah, with the 31 flavors.
Wow.
I did not know someone could look better with my flavors, but that's good to know.
I fell in love with Mia Sara because of the movie Legend.
Oh yeah.
What you have?
Is that the one with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Back before he had his teeth fixed, so they're all crooked and shit. I shit you not. Go look. His teeth are all just all over the fucking place. He looked like he was English.
Didn't he get braces later on in his life?
Cocktail too.
Yeah, but doesn't that better for the feeling?
With the teeth? What the fuck? Go down on a girl and get her clit stuck in your teeth. Try to pull away and back.
I was going the other way with you, Gerry, but yeah.
We're just really leaning on you being a bearded lesbo. What can we say? Dark Lily or Light Lily? I don't understand. But Tim Hayes is celebrating being a 6 months as a member. Says, hail.
Nice.
2 flavors of Equalizer. Thanks for being a member for 6 months. By the way, Saturday afternoon, probably around 5 or 6 Central, of course, we will do a member stream for about, I'd say, hour and a half, 2 hours. So if you're in the chat and you are a member, whether it's a huge or Dolph Lundgren member, I want you to come on this panel and hang out.
Oh, you got to come so hard we hear you.
Well, yeah, of course. I want you to come. So please, if you got time, please come. Please come.
But just wait till you're on camera first.
Yeah. We want to see that. We want to see that face. Hey, Solus and shit on me. Show us Solus instead.
And then, of course, one of the greatest retaliations from Cameron being George Peterson. Ed, this is George Peterson. How are you today, sir?
I love that.
I think I owe you an apology. Well, I should say you do. Hold my French.
It's almost like a Walter Matthau. I love it.
Asshole. This isn't over yet, Buster. Do you read me?
That's so good. And then
Oh
when
man.
Ferris calls on that line, like my homework, and she's like, "No, no, no." It's like,
Oh, okay.
By the way, the
There's some bone.
receptionist is really good too. Eddie McClurg plays Grace. She's so awesome in this with her pencil in her hair. Just fucking that gag is great.
From
Her.
she's awesome. Yeah, playing
She's
Spanish
great at
Mom.
doing
Yeah,
accents.
she's
She's
the
so good at accents.
rental car. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite one, she does a Fargo accent that's just spot on.
Oh, don't you know?
Yeah, you betcha, don't you know?
What's up, Farg?
By the way, did you see Soul Assassin shit on me in the chat?
Whoa, what?
Yeah, go look at it.
No, Gary, you fell in love with
Tim Curry's Devil.
Don't use MIA as a cover. You're
Mia.
better than that.
He said
Mia.
something else
Mia.
funny too about Gary.
Yeah, it's Soul Assassin friend. I love Soul Assassin.
Oh yeah, we love our soul assassin here in our chat. He's one of our. He's been here since he may have been here on at least one of the very earliest Toxic Tuesdays, maybe even the first. He's probably been one of the longest, most consistent. Him and D-Bud, I feel like for sure have been some of the longest listeners of this psychotic show, and I'm at the point where I call this show psychotic. I love it. Hey, Mr. Rooney, how you doing? Oh, dude, the great phone call where he thought it was Ferris he was speaking to. It was actually speaking to Cameron, trying to be George Pearson, aka Sloane's dad, and then he gets a call from Ferris. Oh, dude, the music. I think the music is really what made that scene, because you see his the stare he as he gives a secretary a shoe. She finds out it's Ferris on line 2, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I really screwed this one up. I screwed the pooch." And then he goes into apology mode like there's no tomorrow. He is scrambling. Debo, he was there for
very clever what he did.
Well, I should say you do. One thing you should decide, for Christ's sake. A family member dies, and you insult me. What the hell's the matter with you anyway? Call me sir. Oh, I love this.
Just
Dude.
great revenge here. It's like oh my god. It's like there's like no way. He's like, I've got Ferris. I got this son of a bitch now. And nope, you don't got him. No one's gonna get Ferris.
I still laugh at my ass off at this age to this very day, because it just this was the face he makes with the dramatic music. Call me sir, god damn it. And you just mind your P's and Q's, Buster. Remember who you're dealing with. I have practiced the scene a lot, as you can see.
It's pretty good.
Bueller.
And that's Mr. Peterson to you. Are you surprised?
And Ben Stein.
No,
Ben Stein was an economist too. I know we'd
yeah,
but he was
guy's
in the
brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Brilliant.
good. He's very good.
I like Ben Stein. I
Ben
I grew up
Stein's
with him in this movie, and then For Clear Eyes. Wow, I love the voice he did for Clear Eyes. That was a huge thing I did in my life. That was another thing I did, was the Clear Eyes thing. Oh, is that Odin on your panel? Nah, bro. That's Dustin Keto Simple, man. That's Dustin. I don't think Odin would survive being on the show. No disrespect to Odin, but I think he would probably leave the stream about 5 minutes in. I mean, now I think about it, maybe he wouldn't. I think he'd finish the show and then he would just not come back.
He would smite you. You'd be smote.
Yeah, he would. He finished the show because he's a nice guy. He's got the courtesy to respect, but he'd be like, okay, I'm not coming back on the show, and then that would kind of be it. Once again, no disrespect to Odin. I like him. I've met him before in person. He's a really nice guy, but this show would not work out for him. It really would not work out, but it's okay. That's why and yes, I know he does put up with the FNT panel. That's true. He does put up with the panel. And I think, to be fair, that's more than enough. I think he probably takes a really deep shower after that show, and I don't know if he can handle doing more.
Takes a deep, long shower.
So,
for some odd reason, he uses a whole bottle of soap. What's he do with it all?
Whatever he's doing, it's at a medium pace.
Oh man!
And this is an important scene here because you see Cameron finally sticks up to Ferris too. And he's like,
I just saw Soul Assassin's little comment. I mistake Dustin for Kerry King's slightly gay brother. I think I'd be less gay than Kerry King. Let's be real.
When I met Kerry King at a what was it? It wasn't after just a Slayer show, but it's when I really truly learned how tall he was. When I learned I was the same height as him. Oh, I was dating a girl at the time, and she was really into reptiles, and she's like, "Oh, there's this reptile I can't remember if it was like a convention or a show, whatever. It was a thing that featured reptiles." And I walking around, and I saw Kerry King there. I'm like, there's only one man who looks like that, and there's no way it's anyone else. And I am like, I'm gonna go up there and speak to him. And sure enough, it was Kerry King from Slayer. And wow. I talked to him, and I learned that day he has like 25.
Did you say hi, Lemmy?
No. He said he had around 25 snakes, him and his wife Aisha King. And I learned that he was really into the whole wildlife of the reptiles. Like, oh, okay. I learned something.
So what, you were at a furry convention? I'm just saying.
This was before that was even a term.
I don't think so. I thought gaslighting was a relatively new term, but it popped up it popped up in Northern Exposure, and I was like, oh, it's way older than I thought.
It's been around a long time.
Like that.
It got its start because of a movie, as I recall. The movie's called Gaslight. Back in 1940, 41.
Yeah, was that a Hitchcock movie, or is that?
No, but it is very Hitchcockian. It's a good film.
Hitchcockian, yeah.
I didn't know you could get Hitchcocky.
As the husband is absolutely messing with her mind, planning to kill her. It's a very good film.
Okay.
I love this. Why don't they take the MG, or there's a gorgeous Mercedes in there? Of course you're gonna take the Ferrari, which is not a real Ferrari, but this Ferrari 250 actually, I think it was the highest priced car in the world. I think it sold for $17 million. One example of these cars. So, I always imagined the sequel. There was no sequel because Cameron's dad came home and killed him. But I mean,
they murdered him.
One thing to dent the car, but of course, the car wasn't worth that much. It was worth a lot back then. But that particular Ferrari is considered probably one of the most collectible Ferraris of all time. And imagine it sold for $17 million. So, and they did find the replica. I remember reading about this. They found the replica car somewhere and restored it. But God, what a gorgeous car!
Never mind the Ferrari. That's a sweet Gordie Howe jersey he's wearing.
Oh, Detroit Red Wings jersey.
Yeah, but the number 9 Gordie Howe.
The idea of a follow-up was entertained on and off throughout the years. Maybe it's like Ferris with either a good job or in college, but never really obviously went into an actual development stage. Just kind of more just like a, hey, should we not? But Matthew Broderick has been really consistent on it, not needing a sequel. And his in quote was, the film is about a specific time and place that audiences would like to revisit. I agree. I think everything about the circumstance is necessary. It's Chicago, mid-'80s, decent summer weather. And this is at a moment where he's in high school. It feels like it captures a very unique moment that just can't be duplicated. I don't think the idea in theory is bad, but I just think this movie just was so perfect that I was just like, I'm just happy that they didn't follow up. Even though I would, if a sequel had come out sooner without the current yearness, I've probably been more in support of it. But now I would like for more than ever for there to not be a sequel. That's just my take. And I think he does Broadway stuff now, Brian. That's kind of like his primary gig now is Broadway, I think he's actually been doing it for quite a while now.
I think a sequel would have sucked to this movie too.
Absolutely agree with you. We got all we needed in one movie. It was it.
Yep. It would have sucked. I mean, I think we get a car commercial, right? That's the only other time he did like a Super Bowl car commercial a few years ago, which was a spoof of, he's at quote unquote Ferris Bueller, like buying a Toyota or some. Can't remember what the car is.
Him behind the wheel of a car is just because there was he got a lot of heat for that because of the accident in Ireland.
Yeah.
I'm serious. There was serious blowback on that. But I wanted to mention, because I think it was Che that said something, that Molly Ringwald was actually the one up for the role until Mia Sara came in. And she just won Hughes over with her, what do you call it, the audition.
Well, yeah, he thought she was much older. I was reading on...
audition.
Audition.
Was there a casting couch involved?
Because she was only 19 doing this role. And he's so creepy. Now that you know the truth about him in real life.
Dude, the quote, Ed, you're a beautiful man, did not age well. That's what Sloane says to him right before she goes running off into the car with Ferris and Karen. Ed, you're a beautiful man figure. Something about warmth and whatever.
Right.
And I was just like, and hearing that line being spouted, and then of course no one we know.
Oh God, the kiss.
That kiss for Taddy.
That's how this family roll. That's how it is in this family.
And he's like just looking like, what the fuck?
You should talk, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Jones was a really good actor, and it always bugged me that he had to be a pervert in real life.
Yeah.
God damn that guy.
I know. What a fucking shit bitch.
Can you imagine how good Beetlejuice 2 would have been?
If they didn't have him in there?
Yeah, if he had been in there and had never done all that shit.
Hi, Cameron, you comfortable? No. What question is, what aren't we going to do? You know what? Fuck yeah, man. When you got the power of that car in your hands, what wouldn't you do?
Very Inspector Gadget there.
Now, this is old school.
Yeah.
This is so old school. He should have said, baby, we're going to do it around the world. If any of you guys know old school sex, that's nasty.
To all the bases.
Yep, you hit all the bases.
God, and this one he realizes he's getting played. This is like there was just when he thought like, oh man, I'm an idiot.
The kiss? The kiss is what screwed it up.
Talking down George Peterson. But the kiss, and then, the kiss is kind of like, okay, that's just weird, but whatever. But then he saw the fast drive off, and then she saw her. I kind of, she put her arms up
screams,
in the air. You can hear her scream for sure. And that was just like, oh, fuck. So, and that was what solidified the deal. Like, oh, shit, that's what
he was
really needed to get
on the list. Anthony Michael Hall. In fact, that's when he kind of got in a little hot water with Hughes because he didn't want to do the movie, as I recall. Because he was offered the role for Ferris and then rejected it, and it caused a rift between him and Hughes.
Speaking of casting, when John Hughes got this movie going, he said he had Matthew Broderick in mind for this role. Like this is,
but Matthew was doing Broadway
for him.
He was doing Broadway at the time. And so he was iffy about doing this. And so he went to, what's his name that was just brought, Anthony Michael Hall. And but they ended up getting Matthew Broderick, which is perfect. I don't think anybody else could have played this role the way he did.
I agree. Great, You know who was almost Cameron? Or at least
Cameron Diaz in the remake? Just kidding. Gotcha.
Oh, God, right? That would have actually been... Well, who would have been Cameron? They were talking about was Emilio Estevez. No disrespect, Mr. Mighty Ducks. I like you in the Mighty Ducks, but you have not been able to pull up the, pardon my French, But you're an asshole.
Yeah, they got the perfect actors for this film. Everybody was perfect.
Well, apparently, what's
There's
his
Princess
name? Alan
Diana
Ruck.
before she died.
Apparently, Alan Ruck actually thanked Emilio
Mhm,
Estevez
think
for
so, yeah.
not taking the role later on. So he was so like
That was Ralph
happy.
Macchio. Did you catch Ralph Macchio there?
No, what?
No,
Ralph
hold
Macchio?
on. Go back. I never know this. My
Okay, let's
entire
see that.
Mhm.
There he is.
Right
There's Ralph
There he
Macchio.
is, right there. Yeah.
Where?
I can see Ralph
In the,
Macchio.
in the,
In
in
the
the sweater
sweater.
right behind you?
What?
I don't see no Ralph Macchio.
I don't
Oh,
either.
stop it, Mark. By the
No, I
way, I
don't
sent
think
you
that's
some
Ralph.
pictures, Mark. They're not
Oh,
dick
that
pics.
sounded really
Are they safe
gay.
for work?
Yeah, I sent them for you. They're of her
Okay.
after the nose job with her dad, and then her dad in yellow face.
Everything about this sounds really bad.
Yeah. I have antivirus though.
By the way, chat, we are transitioning.
Oh, it's in the group.
Thank you.
We are transitioning in less than 20 minutes for this show. So
Nick will become Nissa.
yo, I actually should change my name
And,
on Rumble.
and we'll notice no difference in Gary whatsoever.
You'll still be a bearded lesbo.
And what they refer to as ambisexual, like a worm.
Oh, you filthy bastard. Oh, damn.
Because earthworms have both sexes, so it's like I'm kind of like that. I'm ambisexual.
Wasn't she the same lady who Steve Martin went off on
Yep.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
I want my
Mhm.
fucking car right fucking now.
Yeah,
You're
but, like,
fucked.
all those fucks. It was like, good God. Hey, you too.
All those fucks. Remember those words. All those fucks.
All those fucks.
When he looks
Steve
back
Martin,
at,
Steve
imagine
Martin gave him a lot of fucks in that movie.
you know, when I see this quote about him saying he's gonna rue the day he messed with Ed Rooney, it makes me think of when I was in high school, and I remember some superintendent said, "You're gonna look back on high school as the best days of your life," and I'm like, "What the fuck kind of trash is that? You want to say that to kids? That's like saying life goes downhill after."
Bullshit.
And I didn't even hate high school. I'm one of the, I guess you could say I was one of the lucky kids where I guess high school was all right for me. I actually had a dean who was kind of in my defense on a lot of weird shit. No, I had to emphasize the word weird shit, but it's true. But I still knew my golden age had yet to come. I knew that my time on the planet had yet to come. I was getting boiled up in the water, baby. I was the water that was getting ready for the mac and cheese. Now I am the mac and cheese that's in the oven.
You don't want to be the water after the mac.
The
hey, let me
water.
tell you, I've got experience like
Oh
that.
no, I'm the mac. I'm in a few years. I'm gonna be the mac that's blended in with the milk and the butter, salted butter. Might I add you?
The good stuff. When I was in high school, ninth grade, Nick.
Yeah.
I was told by Mrs. Raymer, my what do you call it, the counselor in our high school, that all that doodling will never amount to anything. And when I was in my second year of college, she had to commission me to do a portrait.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, remember when you told me this wouldn't pay off? Sign that check.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
and you have that check for $3 still framed to this day.
Yeah, because I was cheap, dude. I admit it.
I want my $2.
Soul Assassin here with a great concept, shared universe. Take the John, right? Straight up, man. The total shared universe. What's up, core member? How you doing, dude? And TZ, I have literally had friends get their cars stolen. I've had their cars had their windows shattered. It's all happened. You name it, it's freaking happened. I'm not gonna name them, but if you ever came out to Illinois, I would tell you their names by name of who it's happened to. And we got 6 with a $10 super chat.
Thank you, 6.
Which, by the way, 6, thank you for $10. This is a great contribution to the new Las Vegas Fund. So thank you. Says Nick. What places do you recommend if you don't like Pizza the Hut or Domino's? I have family in Chirac area, so feel free to recommend area restaurants. I got you, okay? South Side, Vito and Nick's. They've been there for almost 100 years. They have the Chicago Tavern. It's not cheap, but it's damn good. And they only have 2 sizes, and it's still cash only in 2025.
But get the huge. Always get the huge.
Always
Never get
gotta
the
go
small.
huge. Gotta go huge. There's also a good one called Pequods. There's one in Chicago, and there's one in a town right outside Chicago called Morton Grove. And then if you could get out to outside Chicago, about 40 minutes outside Chicago, headed up north towards Wisconsin, about 40 minutes, right off the 31 exit, there's a place called Pizza Pushers, and they make Detroit style pizza. And the guy who makes it there is from Detroit, so know you're getting true authenticated style pizza.
Detroit style, which means it mugs you when you're done.
Oh yeah, the guy who worked there too. He looks like Glenn Danzig. Like you're like, oh yeah, he looks like Danzig if he were tall, basically, and it's awesome. So yeah.
Now I've tried 2 places, Nick. I don't know if you've ever been to them, Giordano's or Giordano's. And Lou Minolti's, because they're both close to Union Station. And whenever I would take a train in, I would take a taxi to both those pizza places.
Darth Viewer, you had this place. You've actually had this place in the towns. I don't know if it's considered Carpentersville, West Dundee, or East Dundee, but you've had this. Please confirm to me if you've actually had this. JT, come to Illinois, man. You come to Illinois, I will join you. I will straight up join you. And 6, by the way, for the 10, I hope that gives you a good elaborate answer. But seriously, for the Burbs, Pizza Pushers, for Chicago Pequods, and Vito and Nick's. Oh, it's considered. Oh, yes, it is by the river. Okay, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, he knows. Okay, I can confirm now. Darth Vader's been there. He knows it is really good. I even have a shirt.
You know where the deep dish was invented, Chicago style?
I don't know where it was invented.
It was Pizzeria Uno, 1943.
Wow, I like.
Here's the irony of it: when finally all the truth came out, it was a black woman from New Orleans that was famous in Chicago, working different restaurants, making deep dish pizza. It was her recipe. 1943.
Wow. I've had Uno in downtown. I like Uno. There's Uno 1 and Uno 2. It's good. It's really good. Chicago Tavern. So I'd recommend. I would say it's like the best, but it's a really solid tavern. That's for sure. I still gotta try more of the. I hear there's good pizzerias in St. Louis. I like to try them someday. Maybe one day I will.
I just found it. It's Alice May Redmond who invented the deep dish pizza.
Alice May Redmond
from New Orleans.
Okay. Man, I got pizza homework to do. It's gonna take me years.
And deep dish pizza. I love New York. I'm an absolute fan of New York pizza, but for some reason, man, when I get a Chicago pizza, I can't finish it, man.
Well,
you love anything that's deep.
Tavern or deep dish? Yeah. You gotta make
because I like it deep. You know,
like it deep. Yeah, that's what I said.
I know you like it deep. But
I like it deep and hard. A lot of sausage.
Well, with the amount of dickings that you take in, it's gotta take a long time now.
Yeah, that ass takes a pounding. I'll tell you right now, my friend.
Well, Gerry is the sausage king.
I am the sausage king.
I'm the sausage king.
It's just a Vienna sausage, though.
I had to clarify for our chat. Deep dish
Irish
is good, but it's not Chicago. Chicago is the tavern. But unlike many people who live in Chicago and they hate deep dish because they're being petty, I actually do like deep dish. It's just a really good tourist attraction. Oh, speaking of Sausage King from Chicago, this timed out well. 6 clip. I wonder what part of it I mean, we probably gave her like tons to clip right there.
Oh my God. She is so mean to me. And I don't know why I love her so much. She's so mean to me. Oh, she clips me and fucking like makes me look so gay.
She doesn't do that.
I get such a laugh from the shit she does.
Why wouldn't she make you look gay though? Think about it.
She's the one not.
No, let me tell you. The whole backdoor Gerry thing, wasn't anything until she and fucking Zax took off with it and started hashtagging backdoor Gerry. It was Six and fucking Zax. Polly said it and they took off with it.
Well, now we're gonna have another phrase that's gonna take off. Freaking bearded lesbo. That's next. You watch.
Bearded
lesbo is gonna come.
My name's Carla.
Oh, what makes him so damn special?
Carpet face.
have that voice.
Carpet face.
I like what they call a diesel DAC because I only fucking diesel. I like diesel. It's a lubricant.
Oh, what the frick, man!
It makes my labia majora and
Oh,
swell
that's
up.
like the Fingal and I know. That just goes to find out every choice.
There's no exit. No exit.
Wow! Holy shit!
It's amazing how these legends grow.
Oh man!
Oh, my face hurts now.
Well, that's good because ours hurts just looking at yours. So
Yeah, I know. Well, the joke is, how's your face feeling? Because it's killing me.
Oh, oh damn! Oh, so okay.
She was so cute when she had a big nose.
Wow. Anyways, all right. Conan put in my privates. Let's see here. Let me see what he put in there. Sometimes, yes, we gotta take a look before we know what's in there. Let's see. Conan put, my father spent 3 years storing this. It is his love. It is his passion. It is his fault he didn't lock the garage. And it's a big old, let's see here. I don't get it. Am I missing
That's the armored tractor that guy died in when he was taking down the town.
Oh yeah. Ireland, right?
No, it's here.
Was here. He was here. Yep.
Yep, Midwest.
You went
Never
bonkers,
mind. I'm
yeah.
thinking something else.
Yeah.
Okay. Hot damn. How's it the Ferris manages to go to the only restaurant? Dude, right? Talk about convenient. Well, this movie does have, I guess you could say, is a lot of convenient timing of things. But to be fair, a lot of movies are guilty of having that even as far back as the 60s and 50s. I mean, it's not like it's a recent phenomenon of the last 10 years. That's something I guess you could probably make a better argument that is probably done more suitably in 20 years prior or even 10 years prior, but it always has been there. It really always has. In good and or bad movies, it's always been there. That's just the truth. But to me, if you can roll with it for the sake of story, I'm good with it. And in this case of what he's dealing with, and the fact he has to hide from his dad, I see that as nothing but an inconvenience, and it's a oh shit moment. So, yeah, that's just my 2 cents. By the way, chat, 7 minutes. We will transition 7 more minutes till we transition exclusively to Rumble. So thank you, TZ. You go with it. It's a John Hughes movie. You're here to roll with it. You're not here to think about some stupid fancy smancy Zack Snyder art piece and think, I must take this like it's the gospel. Oh, not we don't do that here. Yeah, 6.9 more minutes till we transition. And by the way, guys, thank you for supporting us on YouTube for this show. 30 plus of you input right here on YouTube in the chat. I thank you guys for being here and enjoying the show and emboldening the gayness that has come with this show. So let's carry on with the details. Oh, and this is one of those parts, once again, where you prove you just got to go with it. Because if you think about it, a baseball game that's during the day, during school day, earliest game probably starts at 12 or 1.
At Wrigley Field?
At Wrigley Field.
I always explain
And-
to everyone that they, for years, didn't have lights and they only had day games.
That's
The only
correct.
Major League ballpark. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense. They would have a day game. Yep.
One day, it's not only is that the primary, the day games at the field, but it's just to see if even like half a game would take an hour and a half to 2 hours, just that. So that's why you have to go with it, because otherwise you're gonna start thinking, well, going from Wrigley Field to downtown takes forever, and it does, dude. Trust me, I know. I
That's
lived in
just people walk in front of you all the time.
in Chirac.
It's impossible.
In Chirac, it takes an hour to get to Chirac from Chirac. That's everywhere you go in Chirac. It takes an hour to get to anywhere. So that's why.
By the way,
for the fun of it,
Nick, I got thrown out of a game from Wrigley Field.
I thought you were going to say
We were
thrown
caught
out of
on
a game
TV
from
back in the
Wrigley Field.
90s. My college roommate and I were high, and we climbed up on the dugout and got thrown out. Asked to leave. My dad, I got home and my dad saw the game and he goes, "You're a fucking idiot."
Oh, that's fucking great. All right, so we got His Excellency Donald
Oh, this
Trump.
is where it gets good. This is
All
where
right.
it gets good.
His Excellency, really quick, for $1 Rumble Rant says, why do you think Mia Sarah didn't have a better career? She came out the gate with Legend and then peaked with Ferris Bueller. Very surprised she didn't get more big roles. A very underrated actress. I agree. She was a very underrated actress. She was really great in this movie. I don't know what happened. I never really followed her career. I never really looked at it, but I do wonder, because I never heard about her having let's just say a dirty record or someone who did a bunch of wild shit. I mean, maybe she did, and she just never, I guess you could say, never got caught for it. But she was not someone to have known to have been blacklisted either. So maybe she had some personal stuff.
She's worked consistently.
But she did. But there are times. But if you look at her career, there's been some major gaps. Go look at IMDb. You'll see quite a few gaps.
My guess is she was either
favorite
being a mom, or she was doing stage. Oh, this is where his pants tear. I love this.
His pants there. Yep. But he's a bastard. But yep.
Well, she didn't have kids till much later, so it couldn't have been.
Oh, okay. I didn't know she was the mom. And see, that alone could do that. That could take
maybe she turned down everyone on the casting couch. The more you learn these days, right? Unfortunately,
she was actually married to, I think, still married, isn't she, to Jim Henson's boy?
Oh yeah. Isn't she still to this day? I know we talked about earlier.
She is, yes, Brian.
Yeah.
This was the idea, by the way, for a sequel. There was words that spoken about actually just focusing on what these guys did, their adventure.
It was supposed to be Bill Paxton.
We have to be fair here. Her career had not peaked yet because she had not appeared in the greatest time travel movie of all time yet, Time Cop.
Oh,
which she did years later. So, her career had not reached its peak yet.
So,
Brian, I'm not sure. Do you like Time Cop?
I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to keep you guessing forever. It is the greatest time travel movie ever made.
Oh shit! Look at that, Roddy.
Right.
Yeah, right.
We don't need no stinking alarm. And his expressions are the best too. It's just like Rooney.
Hi, doggy. Stay, boy. Oh man, I'm so glad this dog sticks it to Rooney. It's a glorious moment. You got what you got coming. All right, chat. 2 more minutes till we fully transition. I see you guys getting in there, transitioning with us. By the way, starting off the Las Vegas funds, we got a good start today. Thank you. We hit around 17 on YouTube. Thank you. So let's see, we keep that going for the month of February. So I appreciate you guys super chatting your way on YouTube, helping me get to Vegas. I appreciate that shite.
That's one of my favorite paintings of all time.
I've been in that art gallery museum.
Have you?
I've been in there.
Yeah, I've been there.
But have you been in there or been in there?
I've been in there and gone round all the art.
What the
Yeah, in
fuck?
fact, there's a statue in this that you just passed up.
Yeah.
That was the art foundry I worked at when I was 18. Were the ones who worked on that. I got to help with the cleaning of the bronze when they poured it.
Hey,
That one right there.
That one.
That one on the right.
I base my thumbnail around what takes place in this movie here.
I love that.
All right. It's such a memorable moment. That's why then when I was like, look at thumbnail, I'm like,
Yep.
usually I always just kind of take the movie poster and just expand on it. And I'm like, you know what? Everyone knows this movie. Even if they don't
Easy
like
as
it.
if I wash
Right.
the statue's balls.
Well, it reminds me of that Beavis and Butthead. They're like, hey, Beavis, he's like hard, but he's not hard. But they see the statue of the naked dude. And I laugh at that to this day. You
That's
get
one of
it?
my favorite paintings right there.
Oh,
What they
God.
do with this- yeah, there's so many great little moments in this movie. I mean, it's a comedy, but that scene where they're going to go back and forth with Cameron zooming in here, and then just that quick aside with all of them lined up like that.
Look at that.
Quirky high schoolers, but it's really nice touches in this. It's a serious movie in a lot of ways, despite the comedy, and especially this. Cameron's journey here, and he's just staring at this kid, and they keep zooming in, and zooming in. Horrific.
Like it's the painting's looking into his soul.
Oh, I like
Ring those
Cameron's
bells.
lack of blinking in many moments.
Yeah.
The fact that it's like he just won't blink. Oh, all right, chat. We're officially fully transitioning over on Rumble, and we're pulling the plug once again. Thanks for getting us started on the road to Vegas. I appreciate it, but we're gonna be fully embracing the Rumble and being strictly on there so we can play some clips and tips. So I saw Mecca J gave it a 6 out of 10 toxicity score. So we'll see you on Rumble. Let me post it one last time for you guys, just out of the sheer kindness and generosity. Right, one last time. There you go. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I apologize, Steve and Mac. Sorry. And go.